Hey, so it's my second video today, pretty much my second real video ever, but I figured I just had to do it right away, because Starset, their debut album, Transmissions, was one of my favorite rock albums of the past couple of years. I absolutely love them. I'm going to be going and seeing Starset in concert, in May at Northern Invasion in Somerset, Wisconsin, and I could not have been more excited for this album. Oh my god, Vessels, this is what it's called. It is, oh my god. Um, so they released a single, Monster. Uh, oh shoot, was it back in October? I think I'm not sure what day it was, but oh my god, it was just this track that released so much hype. They took the next step in their electronic influences. It was a little less of their hard rock influences, more of the electronic influence, and yet somehow they kept their hard rock sound, and it is just a phenomenal track. It's really catchy. The chorus is amazing. The electronics in the background are just absolutely phenomenal. If you ever get a chance, go watch the video that they released with it, because there's just something about the video, the background, the clouds moving, and yet there's a character stationary in the center of the screen with a staticky face, and it just perfects the video. It's an awesome experience. If you ever get the chance, go and look at that. Then once that was released, like a month or two later, they released a song called "Back to the Earth." One of my lesser favorite ones on the album, but still just a great track. Not as catchy, but they still let their electronic influences, more like a synth sound to it, and they let it shine. The instrumentals on this track are great. Yeah, not too much to say about that track, but it's a great track. And with the release of each of these tracks, I got more and more excited for this album. Finally, they released Ricochet. Ricochet was the third single that they released before the album, and it was released with a 360 video. You know, one of those ones where you get to flick it around and you get to see everything going on. A lyric video. It's kind of fun because you have to look around for the lyrics every single time. They're not in the same spot. But just a phenomenal song. This one and Monster, those are my two favorite singles off the album. They were just they were just phenomenal. The hype was real with this album, with these singles. Ricochet, the vocals shine so much on Ricochet, along with the instrumentals. I just couldn't wait for this album. I downloaded this album, and I've already listened to it 6 or 7 times. It is so phenomenal. I don't know if it lives up to Transmissions, but that's such a high expectation to live up to. I don't even care. I want to just sit here and pick out my favorite tracks, but I'd name off every track off the album. So I don't even know. I'm just gonna name off some of the highlight songs in this album. So it starts off with The Order. It's just your instrumental introduction, which leads right into Satellite, which has another about minute long instrumental introduction. But once that introduction is done, just boom, it's there. And Satellite is this soaring track, with a powerful chorus. The vocalist hits falsettos in the chorus that just blow your mind. The instrumentals are great. It's such a powerful way to open this album, and it is one of my personal favorites on the album. But God, I'm gonna freak out just talking about this next song. The next song, the third track in the album, Frequency, is arguably my favorite Starset song. And that's saying a lot considering what their last album had to offer. It's probably my favorite. If they play this live when I go see them at Northern Invasion, I will freak out. It's absolutely insane. It starts off with going into some of the deepest electronic influences that Starset has ever delved into, and then it keeps going with that. The chorus is electronic, and you get to past the second chorus, just the bridge part of the song, and all of a sudden Korn comes out of nowhere. It's just amazing. It's the most metal that these guys have ever gotten, and it is absolutely awesome. I couldn't believe what I had heard at first, because it blew my mind. The screams on this part of the song, absolutely phenomenal. If they would have taken this album and turned it into some sort of metalcore death metal album, I would have hopped on board in an instant. Because, like I said, it sounds like Korn. It goes Starset, then Korn, and then right back to Starset, and it's a phenomenal experience. Right after it is another one of my favorites. They go 1, 2, 3 with some of my favorite songs in this album, and that one is "Die for You." If you can't tell from the shirt, I'm a pretty big Bring Me the Horizon fan, and Bring Me the Horizon's first track off of their latest album, "That's the Spirit Is Doomed." And this song, "Die for You," just reminds me of Doomed. It reminds me a lot of Bring Me the Horizon. It's a phenomenal song. Much like Satellite, the chorus soars. The vocals in this chorus are so powerful. And, I talk so much about vocals in every review I've ever done, on video or otherwise. But, the band does not get enough credit from Starset, I feel. I feel like they all talk about the vocals, the catchiness of the song, but the band does not get enough credit. The musical composition and the way it's carried through, it's above most other bands. Like you can't have a vocalist that shines as much as this particular band without instrumentals to back it up. And my God, the instrumentals back it up on this album. Every note the vocalist hits is perfectly backed up by amazing chords and notes, and the electronics, the guitars, the drums, everything perfectly complements the vocalist on this album, and it shines in pretty much no other song like it does in "Die for You." It's just a phenomenal soaring track, an amazing listen. After "Die for You" is "Ricochet," and I already talked about that one. That just tells you, though, the first full-length tracks on this album are absolutely amazing. After that, you get into the weaker part of this album. The reason I said that is because it's not weak. It's absolutely great. You go from Starlight, Into the Unknown, Gravity of You, Back to the Earth, Last to Fall. It's great. It's your typical Starset, which means it's phenomenal. Out of those tracks, Gravity of You and Last to Fall stand out the most to me. Gravity of You is not too much to say about it, but it's another soaring track, a great chorus, great vocals, great instrumentation. But then Last to Fall is a heavier track on the album, heavier by Starset standards anyway. It's not a whole metal song or anything like that, but it is a great song. They do a great job with the guitar work on this song. It's phenomenal. It's more aggressive. It's an overall joy to listen to. After that, you get Bringing It Down and Unbecoming, 2 great tracks. Nothing too big to say about them, but I thoroughly enjoy listening to them. There's nothing wrong with them. After those two, Monster, I've talked about it. It's one thing that really sticks out to me is the fact that Starset's able to take the 13th track out of 15 on an album and make it their lead single to the album and have it be that great. There's not many bands that do that, nor can do that, other than Starset. After that, Telepathic. That is another one of that might be my top 5 from the album. A great song, phenomenal chorus. Like I always say the same thing pretty much, phenomenal chorus, great instrumentation. The vocals in the song are absolutely phenomenal. The environment, the atmosphere of the song is so great, but the atmosphere of Telepathic and all these other songs will never live up to the atmosphere of the closing track, Everglow. This song is 6 minutes long, and it's 6 minutes of absolutely phenomenal music. The instrumentation is great. The synth, the electronics in the background are just, they're spine-chilling. It's so great. A perfect way to close out an absolutely amazing album. Like I said, I was so excited for the Starset album. My expectations, I don't think they could have been much higher. And Starset went and they met those expectations. And they showed me their versatility. This is a different album from Transmissions. Transmissions seem like more of a hard rock based, almost like on the verge of like alternative metal album. And this one right here, they said screw that. They threw in everything. They have some alternative metal aspects and hard rock aspects, but then they went ahead and they took all these electronic influences from like pop rock bands and stuff like that, and they gave it like a darker and heavier twist, and it's just mind blowing. I can't say enough about this album because it's so phenomenal. Looking at this, like obviously, like System of a Down's releasing an album later this year, probably, and that that has the best chances, in my opinion, of being number one. But this album will be one of the top releases of 2017 for sure from the hard rock spectrum of music, without a doubt. There's no bad track on this album. Not a single one. Every track is just catchy. Every track makes me want to listen to it again. And this album is just going to go places. If this doesn't take Starset to the top, like, I don't know what will. They're already pretty popular right now, but I don't know what would take them even higher if it's not this album. I can't wait to see them in Northern Invasion. If I ever get a chance, I'll probably make a video letting you guys know how they were. I've heard good things about them live, but I just can't wait to see these new tracks live, because it's just these are so powerful. They're so amazing. Like they're heavy. They're soft. They're both. They're everything. It's so great. Yeah. So definitely check out this album. You guys will be amazed by this album. I know I am. It's just like I said, one of the best of the year. If you guys want to check out in the description, I've got links to to the band's page where you can buy the album. I've got links to playlists on YouTube with the album on it that you can listen to the whole thing before you decide whether or not you're going to buy it. But buy it. Honestly, if you were to just buy it and not listen to anything and just surprise yourself when you play the CD, do it. You will not be disappointed. I don't think it's possible for you to be disappointed by this album. Yeah, thank you guys for watching. I'll probably have something coming up very shortly for something else. Please leave a like, subscribe if you feel so obliged. And please, some feedback on how I do with these reviews would be appreciated if you would like to leave that in the comments. Yeah, I'll see you guys around. Peace.